Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here. If you're a returning viewer, you know me, you know this whole thing. If you are a new viewer, I usually knit, crochet, and sew and talk. Right now I am heavy on the talking. Some crochet, no knitting, and I've sewed a couple things. In today's video, I have some crochet ideas. I have some happy mail. I have some quitting crochet parts. So if you want, grab your drink, grab your project, hang out with me for a few minutes. Today's video, I hope, will not be a very super long one. I'm ready for my husband to get up and help me with my shower because I feel but I didn't want to put this off. I wanted to go ahead and get this video recorded, and I'll explain more about that later. But for the first part, the thing I said I quit. In the last video, I showed you I was working on the Drop in the Pond by Elizabeth Ham, right? Well, I was doing the border on it, and I got to realizing I don't need three. I'm trying to hold this up for y'all to see, so hold on, bear with me. I don't need 3 rows of white border, or cream in this case. I did make this from the Dollar Tree Yarnspirations yarn that they were having there for a while. I don't know if they still have it or not. Now I just need to weave in all my ends, and it'll be ready for charity. If you've been here a minute, you know I'm not a big fan of the granny cluster, the granny stitch. But I love granny squares. I do solid granny squares. I don't know if that's out of y'all's way or not. I do solid granny squares a lot, but it's not really my cup of tea to do the 3 DC clusters, which is a typical granny stitch. I do like the granny squares, not so much the granny stitch. But, I'm having me some tea this morning. Because, we're in the South, but Mother Nature didn't get the message that this is the South. It is supposed to be warmish, and then we have a little bit of a winter. Maybe January, early February, we have winter-ish weather. But for some reason, she's gotten confused. Hey, it is what it is. But anyway, in conjunction to the granny stitch, or in relation to that, what I was referring to is it's not my go-to crocheting. I do like double crochets when they have their place. I'm not a huge fan of single crochets. It takes forever, and I don't have the patience for that. I do like corner to corners with half doubles and doubles. And then I like the blanket stitch, which is a single, half double, and a double. So there's all kind of different stitch patterns that I like. But right now, I'm sorry, that is really, really kind of too warm to be drinking, but I'm cold. Well, I'm dressed like this. And I didn't even bring my blanket in. So you know what I'm going to do? I didn't bring my Battenberg blanket in to record this, so I'm going to put this over my lap. So at least my legs will be warm. Maybe tuck it up under this arm. But, so if you're new here, I suffered a concussion. And the reason I'm kind of rolling my eyes on that is because I never associated a concussion with the issues I've had after that or since then. Yes, you get a headache, there's things of nausea or maybe some headaches. Some memory things. Well, I ran that gambit. I had all of those things, but I also had an episode of some kind to where it wasn't a seizure, it wasn't a stroke, but I'm sitting there having dinner with my family, and apparently I was telling them that I was frustrated because I couldn't remember some things, and then all of a sudden I thought I was back when my mother passed away in 2011, and all of that stuff. So short and sweet, I ended up in the hospital. They ran all kind of tests. They said the only thing that could account for most of my things was the concussion, because I didn't have stroke, thankfully, and I have been plagued with seizures in the past, but that wasn't it. So yeah, the only thing left was concussion. So I can't really use my left arm and left leg very well. Sorry if you heard me slurping, but I can use it more than I have been able to. So that's why I said I wanted to talk about this stitch, because right now, I'm able to do this pattern. So I need y'all's help. Right now, I have a billion ideas going through my head. Most of them I can't do because most of them are knit. And there's a few crochet ideas, but they're too intricate for me to try right now, I think. So I can do this. So then I thought, what about a granny square blanket in these colors, not as in this pattern, because this is like chevrons. What about doing it as just a plain rectangle with these color stripes? Because I did get a good bit of this yarn when I found it for charity blankets. So should I do that? Should I just make like a rectangle throw, to donate in these colors with the granny stitch? Because granny stitch is really easy for me right now because I don't have to work so hard. Now, I am a pencil grip holder, but right now I'm having to do a knife grip, and it's easier for me to do it with that gap, that the granny stitch provides. It's really easy for me to go in there rather than trying to be intricate and go in, into tops of loops and whatnot. So, tell me your vote. This color with a rectangle granny, or should I do a hexagon cardigan? Now, I would probably put it up for sale on my website because I need to put the other ones up for sale on my website too, because I don't wear cardigans. I don't wear jackets most of the time because I don't need them. I'm in the South. But I have a couple ideas on hexagon cardigans. So really, I'm not giving you a choice of one or the other. I need your input on that. I'm leaning toward both. And I wonder if I might be able to do both. And y'all know, if you've been with me, I don't like to have more than one whip per craft at a time. It muddles my brain. It doesn't do well for me. Should I break that right now? Since I can't knit, should I break that right now and say, in place of the knit, do the rectangle granny square throw and do a hexagon cardigan? Should I do that? Should I just throw caution in the wind and try that? I don't know, because when I show y'all my happy mail later, you'll see why I might be busy doing something else as a second craft option. So, I have 4 different options on the hexagon cardigan. If you choose hexagon cardigan, give me your opinion on this. All right. I have 3 different Karen jumbo ombres. This one is sunset. I like this. It's not my colorway, but this isn't for me. Like I said, I would love to be able to, I think this would work up really, really good. And I have 2 of each of these. So I'm wondering if, because I've done the hexagon cardigan in the Big Twist Nova, Supernova, something like that. I can't remember. The Milky Way Galaxy. I've done it in that. I can't remember how much yardage I used. Might have to go back and look at the video, if I even said how much yardage I used. But I wouldn't mind doing it in one of these ombres. So anyway, sunset. This one is whitewater. This one is more my color palette. It's a little on the greener side than I like, but again, this isn't for me. So, whitewater or salmon. Some people say salmon, some people say salmon. I go back and forth. It depends on who I'm talking to and what I'm in reference to, but I love this one too. Now, I do have some Karen 1 pound in a peachy color that I could pair with this. But I think I just, and in fact, I have a sunflower yellow that I could pair with this. And then I have, there's some I don't know. I have one over here that may tie in with whitewater. And, you know, they're all Karen, so they should match. But I'm thinking that 2 would be enough. Because these are 595 yards at 12 ounce a piece. I thought these were 14 ounce. Oh, no, 16 ounce. But it's the 16 ounce in the solids, not the ombres. So, tell me, sunset, whitewater, or salmon? Oh, wait, there's one more. Shoot. I'm so sorry. That was so super loud. All right, I have one more. Because it is Christmas time. But the question is, could I get it made fast enough and put up on my website to be worthy for a Christmas project? All right. Now, I have, and this is an oldie but goodie. Actually, I think they still make this. This is Red Heart Mistletoe. I have 3 of these. So, whereas I would have roughly 1,200 yards of the Karen, I have, I can't remember how many yards. These are 236. So, I only have 900, a little under 900 yards of this. But, I could probably get more of this. Or, I also have some Ogo yarn from back when they, I think Maya's trying to get in. Maya, just hold on, baby. Back when they were getting rid of the Ogo format. So I do have, and I have a lot of these. I think I have 6 or 7 of these in this red. So I could totally do this together. So, Christmas, sunset, whitewater, or salmon. Or should I just stick to my guns and do one work in progress at a time per craft? I don't know. I want to start both of these things. And I'll explain why as we get toward the end of the video, when we get more toward the health update, if y'all want to stick around for that. But I don't know. I don't know which one I would want more. And so since I can't decide, I figured I'd ask y'all. And I was going to do a poll on the post community, but that's not really got a whole lot of traction. So, and I know I said I was thinking about doing a Facebook, but I'm kind of glad I didn't do a Facebook group, because that would be a whole lot for me to try to be managing right now. I'm doing good to manage me. I was hoping the sun might peep out this morning, but so far I'm not seeing it. Yesterday it was rainy up until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then the sun came out for the rest of the day, and it's like, oh, this is nice. So I kept thinking that it might do that this morning, and it's not. It's not. So I do have a little bit of happy mail. And I did not ask if this person would want me to say their name or not, so I'm not. But you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with this. All right, so in light of me trying and succeeding to work on my serger with those, how is this open? With those reusable paper towels, I just opened these. As I said, I just opened these last night when I got them in the mail, because this just came in yesterday. But back when I first got out of the hospital, well, not first, but the first thing I did try to do after crocheting was work on my sewing machine. And I'm used to being able to use my left hand to stabilize the cloth in this area right here, you know, on the outside. And I did say that I was going to use my my table extension, you know, and I'm going to do that. But a sweetheart of a person sent me these. There's 6 of these, and I think they're the same. They look the same anyway, but I'm not really sure why they would do 6 if that's the case. Why would they include 6 of the same thing, I wonder? But they do look like, hold on. You know what? They're magnets, so I'm going to just stick them all together the way that I think they go and see if they're all the same. Give me 1 second, y'all. Things are a little bit more time consuming with one hand. All right. So, with them all done together like this, they look like they have all the same attributes. But I wonder, will they help the guide on this? Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. You know, I just realized my... Oh, okay. I thought it was just plastic right there, but apparently it is metal. All right, so this indeed... Oh, this is perfect. I wonder if I could do it like that. Huh. I might have to watch a video on how to use these. But it's the second one that really, I think, is the perfect solution. Because while my stitches were fine for my liners, I want to be able to make my bags. And my arm is the arm situation, I can, like I showed in my last video, I can move the arm. I can't really move the forearm very well, or the hand. So it is getting better. And my husband opened this for me last night, and I don't really quite know how he did it. He was complaining that he couldn't get in it. So I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to get into it. Because I want to show y'all this. Well, it did get ripped on the outside, so I'm going to open it up from the outside. Give me a second. I know this thing's loud as mess, but just give me 1 second. Alright. Okay. So, look at there. I'm hoping that I am giving my camera enough time to adjust. So, if I'm thinking right, you can do this, and this tightens, the screw on top tightens, so that if you have a little bit thicker cloth, which I do when I'm sewing, because some areas of my bag is like 5 or 6 deep or thick between my liner, 2 things of the fabric, and then my folded part of my drawstring sleeve. So there are some areas that I will need an adjustable. But see, that would help hold it down that I can't do right now. So I'm thinking this is what I need. I'm probably going to try both of them to see which one helps me the most. But I'm really thinking that this might be the ticket. This just might be just the ticket. Now, I'm not sure what's going on. If anybody knows what's going on this side right here. Because it's got that right there. I'm trying to keep my eyes out of the frame so that the camera can focus on this. Do y'all see it? I don't quite know what that is. But I love that feature. That will hold it down, feeding it into the thing. Because see, like on my serger, I was able to just put my hand on it and let the weight of my hand keep it still, while my right hand was turning and doing all the things around the curves. But when I'm doing my bags, I don't have that. I have straight lines, and I need it to be consistent, especially when you're top stitching. So, thank you. I am so excited to get started on this, to try this. I couldn't yesterday. I was just too exhausted. And honestly, today's not doing much better. So, if you came here for yarn stuff and craft stuff, that's it. I told you it was going to be a short video today. And I do really appreciate this, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I do think that this is going to be a game changer. To see what I can do with those. I want to try. Maya, hold on, baby. With my husband still asleep, she's probably like, wait, I can't get in there. I did shut the door because I didn't want her coming in here hollering that she needed to go potty when I can't take her. Now, we're gonna cover the good stuff first. All right. I normally watch my video before my son edits, right? Before I send it on Google Drive and my son grabs it and edits it and all this. I did not do that Sunday because I needed to get it to him so he could edit it and I could get it ready Sunday night to upload on Monday morning. And see, it comes out early for the members. So basically it needs to be done like 9 to 10 o'clock the night before it's supposed to air so that the members get their early release. And I watched it Monday evening. No. Yesterday evening. Tuesday evening. And while I was watching, I realized the point my daughter-in-law and I were trying to make that we thought was in theory was proven fact in the video that I was doing and what I was talking about in the video about my walking. Now, I've not went anywhere since then. In fact, today is Wednesday and I've not left my house. I might have to in a little while. I did order some Hodgepodge or Mod Podge Super Gloss. I had a reward at Michael's. I have another reward that I have to use too, but my grandson loving diamond painting at 5 years old. It's actually helping me for Christmas because I can buy cheaper things at Michael's and stuff for his little diamond painting stuff. I'll show y'all when it comes in. But anyway, it's earned me rewards. So I was using that, and it's like a $10 reward. So I got the Mod Podge Super Gloss for my diamond painting. And today's the last day, so my husband has to get his scripts filled today from his doctor's appointment yesterday. So I may ride with him, and because I put me as a pickup person, of course, but my alternate I put as my daughter-in-law. So it's like, oops, I didn't put my husband down. But usually it's me and her that goes places. But anyway, what I was trying to say is, as I was watching the video, my hand was sometimes kind of going like this or like this without me telling it to. It was more muscle memory, and that's what I touched on in my last video. I think that, or I thought that trying not to focus on that would help, but it takes a lot of brain width and brain bandwidth right now for me to not see squirrels and talk to y'all every 5 seconds. I do still see my squirrels, you know, I get off on tangents and whatnot, but not as bad as it was the first 2 weeks. I couldn't really put 2 sentences together coherently. So while I was focused on talking to y'all about certain things, I was not paying attention to my hands. I was paying attention to my right hand and saying, okay, I needed to do this, I needed to loop it like this, and I was doing all this, but I wasn't paying attention to my left hand. My left hand was basically my tension with the tension ring from Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. I do love those tension rings. And being a dead weight, pretty much, okay? But I was watching, and every now and again my hand would twitch, or it would do minor stuff, minor. But it also brings home the fact of what my daughter-in-law and I were talking about. That's happening. And I'm so beyond excited for that. Because it's rough right now. And I know y'all have commented on how upbeat I am and how determined I am. And I am. I'm all of those things. But I'm also I'm down. I'm tired. I'm weepy apparently. And I know everybody says be patient, give yourself grace, give yourself time, be patient, be patient, be patient. I don't have a patient bone in my body. The only time I've ever been patient in my life was with my sons and now with my grandson. I'm even more patient with my daughter-in-law than I am with anybody else. But I don't have patience with myself. I want to do everything yesterday. That's me. And I can't. I'm 52 years old. I'm too old to be changing that stuff now. So, I'm excited that it's starting to happen. So if that means I need to crochet, and it doesn't even have to be on screen. It can be down here, out of shot, just while I'm talking to y'all. Apparently, while I'm watching TV, it's not enough of a distraction because I'm still looking down and paying attention to my left hand, not my right. But when talking to y'all, it requires more of me because you're not literally sitting in front of me talking back to me to where I can kind of look down and hear versus seeing you. So I think I might do more of that. And if y'all see some videos, not a squirrel moment, but this ties into what I'm about to say. Last year I did a post and I asked a poll back before the community tab got to where y'all could post things on my YouTube page without me starting one. I did a poll. And it was almost straight down the middle about doing Vlogmas this year. Because I was a really new channel and I was like, would you or do you have too many? Would you like it or do you have too many Vlogmases that you watch now? So it was more toward yes, do it, than no, I have too many to watch. But it was still close enough right down the middle to where I was debating on doing it. Because I had in my mind, I would do a bag every couple days and then do, and take y'all along with me. My day-to-day life is not that exciting. I'm a crafter that likes to be a homebody. And in the wintertime, there's not a whole lot for me to do outside. So, it's not a matter of, I wanted to have something to put together for y'all that would be exciting. You know, focus on a different craft every day. Like sewing, and then crocheting, and then knitting, and then sewing. What I was thinking about doing was sewing, crochet, sewing, knitting, sewing, crochet, kind of like that. But not all. And then throw in some other stuff like baking or candy making, because I'm going to be doing that this year, even with this. So those were all things I was going to do. And then this happened in October, and I still held hope that I could do it. I really did. Today is December 5th. December 5th. I didn't get to do it because, for one, I can't knit at all. The left hand, it won't do that. But I am making plans. And I will talk to y'all more in other videos about things that I do plan on doing, you know, that I'm excited for. And I'm making future plans because the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and today, I have been on a roller coaster. And this is what my days have been like since I went to the hospital. But right now, it's because I am making forward progress. The lows are that much worse. I am still diamond painting. In fact, I got the fire dragon to the fire and ice. I got him done. I didn't touch it for 3 days. I didn't touch it. I showed y'all Sunday, which you saw it Monday, but I showed you Sunday. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it till yesterday. And then I finished that dragon from where you saw what you saw on Monday. I finished the dragon. Excuse me. I did take it in there and I rolled it. The ice portion, I rolled him up and used my little sewing clips, to kind of get him out of the way so I could do that. Because this is my happy place. I've told y'all that. But it's a double-edged sword sometimes too. So it is what it is. I couldn't keep doing it in here with as tired as I was. And then that made me feel useless. Before y'all say it, I know I'm not useless. I know I'm not. I'm feeling that way right now because even though I am getting more independent about the things that I do for myself, I still have to have help getting clean. I can't squeeze shampoo onto my hand. I can wash my hair. I can't shave this underarm. I can wash it a little bit, but no, you need to get in there and I can't wash this arm. The little things that I'm laughing about really frustrate me because there's so many things. I mean, y'all, I was canning sweet potatoes. Yesterday, I cut up all the stuff from my Thanksgiving ham and turkey and diced them up and put them in the freezer for salads and whatnot. But for my turkey, I'm going to end up putting all that in a big, I'm wanting to get a big roaster to make my broth in so that it doesn't tie up my stove, because broth sometimes can take a long, long time and I don't want to tie my stove up for that long. But anyway, I got all that separated, put it in the bag in a freezer, and all of these things that I can do by myself. I can even make myself a cup of tea. Because the first cup of tea y'all saw me drink, 1 or 2 videos ago, that's the first tea I've been able to have. Because, I guess they could fix me tea, but I like fixing my own tea. Which is finally, I could probably guzzle that stuff right now, as cool as it is. It's still warm, but it's not hot. But anyway. So there's all these things that have been coming down the pipeline in my thoughts that I want to do and videos that I want to make. I'm in there scratching on my little notepad left and right I have sitting beside my recliner. So this ties into the Vlogmas thing. Obviously I'm not doing Vlogmas this year. If there is an interest, I may do one next year, and I will have it planned out for the different things that we could do for Vlogmas, because I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm not promoting anybody. So I seriously doubt I will be getting an advent calendar. So I have to think of the other things to do for Vlogmas. And yes, it's a lot to do editing wise, but I think I may try to firm up my editing chops to be able to do that so that I don't bug my son next year to do that. But in the meantime, if I do end up I might, and I'm not committing myself to this because of the highs and lows that I just told y'all about. Because when the highs hit me, I have so much inspiration and I'm so excited, and then it makes when I'm an hour or two after that, I'm so tired. I'm so down. I don't want to do anything but lay in my chair and do nothing. So I'm trying to make use of those higher times, of those inspirational times, to where I can keep the fatigue's there. The nausea is still there. And I can't drink ginger ale, but thank you for the suggestion. I can't drink Sprite. Both of those are triggered in my brain from throwing up so much as a child, and my mom shoving that stuff down my throat and me throwing up even worse because of it. So, Dramamine it is for right now. And that makes you tired on top of me already being tired. So, I mean, this is me just venting. I just have to push through it. You know, I have to, there's no getting around this. I have to go through it, right? So, and I am. And I'm trying to do that with more grace and more positivity than I feel 100% of the time. But I can't feel that 100% of the time. What you see is my determination to sit here and talk to you and share with you everything that's going on in my crafting part of my world and some of my health part of the world. I do have the kittens. I will update y'all on the kittens on the next one. I'm hoping that things... That's another part that is part of the down thing. But I will share more of that later. I have ran out of gas. Completely and utterly ran out of gas now. So I think I'm going to go in here, and y'all won't see this till tomorrow, so I won't know what you've suggested, and if there's like a landslide, do this product over this product and do that color. If it's the hexagon, do this color of that. And honestly, if I don't get any feedback on it, I'm just going to eeny, meeny, miny, moe it, probably. I know I won't be able to try out my new gadgets from Happy Mail yet today. It's still early. It's not even noon yet. So I might, after I get me a shower, I might perk back up and, see if I don't have enough energy to try it. Still, I'm going to use my liners just in case, because if those I mess up, I can rip them out and redo them. No big deal. But I'm ready to get back to my bags. I have that Christmas fabric that I bought for this season to make bags to sell, and haven't been able to touch them. Because it was like a week after I bought that. Or was it 2 weeks? I don't remember. That whole situation, the week before the hospital and the week or 2 weeks after is pretty much a blur. I don't remember a whole heck of a lot out of any of it. So, anyway, I'm going to get off here. I hope today that you find some joy, that you find something that lights up your world in some small way. I will say this. Yesterday, I was watching Hannah at the Cozy Cottage Crochet, and I was watching her Vlogmas, and she opened up this beautiful neon pink Advent that she had bought. That yarn, it was like neon pink with black and sparkles. Do y'all remember the Panther pink and black drop in the pond that I showed y'all that I did? It reminded me so much of that, and let me tell you, I was drooling. So I told her, I was like, I'm glad y'all are feeling better, because her and her family's been sick. I said, I'm glad y'all are feeling better, and the Advents are cute. The bag was adorable, but let me tell you, that neon was perfection. Perfection. And I think that's a UK-based company, if I remember right. I don't know. But y'all should check her out. She is the most chill sweetheart of a lady. And in fact, that neon pink bag that I made went to her because neon pink is her thing. I love me some neons. Neon pink, neon blue. I don't even mind neon orange. Yellow's not that bad. Green, I'm not a huge fan of. But y'all know my highlighter pink nails that I do during the summer, so that shouldn't be a surprise. But anyway, I was watching her Vlogmas this morning from last night, because she posts the day of, she posts that night. So I was watching yesterday's last night, or this morning, and the next one came out to be more of a richer red neon-y color. And let me tell you, just watching that was like, it lit my brain up. It was that one little spark of joy that I tell y'all, find it somewhere, you know. So joy can be had anywhere. And even in my lows, and when I'm down and I'm tired, I think about things that, you know, it might not perk me up to 100%, but it does. It makes dealing with when you're just bleh, it helps. It really does. So I'm going to stop trying to give y'all life lessons. I'm going to get off here. If you've made it this far, thank you. You mean the world to me. I will see y'all in the next one. Take care. Bye.